This is ABC-7 at 5.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Rick Cabrera.
And I'm Estela Casas. We remain under a first alert for rain.
Your storm track weather coverage in just a few minutes, but first, an El Paso police officer is dead after a car crash in East El Paso. Happened earlier this afternoon near Edgemere and Yarborough. Police say the officer was escorting a funeral procession. ABC-7's Pilar Arias continues our breaking news coverage live. Pilar?
Good afternoon, Rick. This all started around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Let me get out of the way so you can see the scene here. We are at Yarborough and Edgemere. El Paso police tell us that a funeral procession was happening north on Yarborough. One bike officer was stopped directing traffic. Another one was a part of the procession and was going through the intersection when a 54-year-old woman driving a Honda Civic was traveling west on Edgemere. She disregarded the traffic signals being given by the police officer, and the two actually T-boned into each other. Now, the officer died at the hospital after he was transported. Take a listen to what else police are telling us at this time.
A officer working a funeral escort was traveling northbound on Yarborough. A second officer, as part of that procession, was directing traffic at the intersection of Yarborough and Edgemere. A 54-year-old female driving a Honda Civic westbound on Edgemere disregarded the officer's traffic control signals, entered the intersection, causing a T-bone collision with the officer on the motorcycle. Tragically, the officer was transported to a local hospital where he died from his injuries.
Now, all we know about the officer at this time is that he is a 10-year veteran with El Paso police. When officers are involved in funeral processions, they're actually off duty. And as you can see behind me, there's Texas DPS officers here as well, just to kind of assist with the scene with special traffic investigators who are trying to piece together exactly what happened. The intersection is still fully closed, so please avoid this area if you're headed this way, especially now with rush hour starting. But reporting live in East El Paso, Pilar Arias, ABC-7.
My thoughts were with that officer's family tonight. Pilar, thank you very much. Let's turn to storm track weather now in our first alert coverage. Nicole Gomez joins us live with your first forecast. Hi, Nicole.
Hey there, Rick. We remain under that first alert, and the possibility of scattered showers will remain in the forecast tonight as well. So let's talk about what we can expect tonight and the next few days. Isolated thunderstorms will also be possible throughout the next few days, and rain is possible through at least Saturday. So just keep that in mind. Now, notice on Doppler radar, most of the rain will to our northwest. Light rainfall around Silver City, TRC, the Boot Hill of New Mexico, and the rain will continue through our area tonight. So we'll zoom in just a little closer here, where again you can see light rainfall around Silver City, Bayard, and Hurley. But coming up in your full forecast, we'll continue to track these showers and take a look at our latest future track computer model, talk about these rain chances. Rick?
Okay, Nicole, thank you. A man is behind bars in connection with the death of a young woman in East El Paso. Today, ABC-7 learned police arrested 24-year-old Chico Fierro and charged him with murder for the death of 24-year-old Karina Rodriguez. His bond has been set at $300,000. Officers found her body inside a unit at the Salina Plaza Apartments last month. The complex is near Viscount and Hawkins, just north of Cielo Vista Mall. According to a court document obtained by the ABC-7 team, Fierro and the victim engaged in rough sex that resulted in bleeding. Police say Fierro told them he and the woman fell asleep, and when he woke up, he found her dead. The medical examiner said Rodriguez had a blood alcohol level of more than 0.46 and bled to death. Police say camera phone evidence shows Fierro moved her body and lied about leaving the apartment before seeking help.
Rick, ABC-7 has obtained the mugshot of a woman accused of driving drunk and killing a man. Police charged 36-year-old Marisol Chavez with intoxication, manslaughter, and accident involving personal injury or death. The deadly crash happened last Friday morning on Loop 375 near Rojas. Police say Chavez lost control of her Mini Cooper and crashed into a small SUV driven by 24-year-old Jose Fierro Perez. The man died after he crashed into the median concrete barrier. Instead of staying to help, police say Chavez left the crash in another vehicle with another person.
Several agencies are investigating a deadly plane crash in Hudspeth County. The plane went missing yesterday, and the wreckage was found today by Border Patrol agents. Officials will only confirm a pilot is dead, but are not identifying that person just yet.
New at 5, a judge has ordered prosecutors to preserve as evidence a white powder found in the wallet of a Santa Fe County deputy who was allegedly shot and killed by his partner in Las Cruces last year. Police charged Tai Chan with capital murder for allegedly killing fellow deputy Jeremy Martin. The powder in the victim's wallet was listed as aspirin on an evidence sheet, but Chan's lawyer wants to test it. The deputies were staying in Las Cruces last October after dropping off a prisoner in Arizona. Investigators say the two got into a fight inside a Las Cruces hotel after a night of drinking. Chan's out on bond, scheduled for trial in September. His attorney, John Day, is also asking for Deputy Jeremy Barton's employment records. Day says Martin was prone to violence, and those records will prove his client acted in self-defense. There was no immediate decision on that motion today.
Some call it a turning point in El Paso's history. After a long and divisive debate, the old City Hall building was demolished on April 14, 2013. The city tore down the building to build a home of the El Paso Chihuahuas Southwest University Park. Opening day for the Chihuahuas was April 28, 2014, and the team went on to play before dozens of sold-out crowds. ABC-7 has learned the city will have to pay more than expected for the ballpark. ABC-7 Denise Olivas joins us live with new information. Denise?
Rick, back in 2013, Mayor Oscar Leeser said that the city would pay $64 million and not a penny more. While some say that's technically still true, new numbers show that there are extra costs. So here's the breakdown. The city's cost for the stadium project itself is $64 million. Team owners are paying at least another $10 million, but there is an additional $1.2 million allocated for public art. We now know that money is coming from a separate budget on top of the actual ballpark cost. The bond issuance cost also turned out to be a little more than $1 million. And we also learned that the city will have to pay about $1 million in subsidy to cover a shortfall. CFO Mark Sutter says that the city may have to pay a shortfall for the next 8 to 10 years, according to projections. Meanwhile, City Rep Courtney Nyland says the city was expecting the shortfall for the first few years, but says revenue is looking good.
We are doing and moving in the direction that we thought we would. Hot occupancy is exceeding expectations. Revenues are exceeding expectations.
And Nyland says since the ballpark opened, there has been $53 million worth of new investment in downtown El Paso. Rick, Estela, back to you.
It's a big number. All right. Thank you very much. The UTEP Miners are licking their wounds after last night's loss in the first round of the NIT tournament.
This afternoon, the team is back in El Paso, but now it's having to deal with a Twitter controversy involving an athletic department official.
Another wet day across the borderland today. That first alert is still in effect. Just how much rain is in the forecast tonight? That answer coming up in Storm Track weather.